The Hollywood.
When I met you at the Fort Worth gun show, you were telling me that your dad found a 30-06 shell casing on one of the buildings in Dallas at Dealey Plaza.
That's correct.
Which building was that?
It's the Dallas Criminal Courts building.
Is that one with the red brick and the white trim?
That's correct.
See, what I've got a plan here showing that whole area. If you would kind of reach over and point to where you think.
He said it was approximately midway of the building, just inside the retaining wall on top of the roof, which would be about right here.
What was he up there, what, to repair the roof?
Yes, he was a roofer. He was up there repairing it.
I see.
And he was going along the edge of the roof there where the roof meets that retaining wall that sticks up from the roof.
Right.
And he was looking for cracks along there and spotted this laying right there, right on the very edge.
And what year was this?
I believe it was 1974 or 1975.
The shell casing that he found is the one that I'm now taking a picture of, correct?
Yes.
And what makes it so interesting is you were telling me it had a special crimp around the neck of it.
It has a very unusual crimp.
If you would kind of pick it up and kind of show us where the crimp is.
All right, the crimp is right around the front edge, right in the middle of the neck there. And it's crimped all the way around, as if it were designed to hold something in maybe other than a standard bullet.
Right, I think as I told you when you told me about this, I'd never seen any kind of military round or any other commercial round exactly crimped like that.
I haven't either.
And on the back of it, that had a stamping on the very back of the casing. What did it say?
On the back of the casing, back here, it has TW 53, which indicates that it was built at the Twin Cities Arsenal, which is a U.S. military arsenal, in 1953.
So the 53 actually stands for the year that it was made.
Correct.
Well, that's, they're insured prior to 63. Also,
sure.
you were telling me, yeah, for sure. And then the way it looks, just looking at it, it's more pitted on one side than the other. So it looks like it's been laying there a long time.
It obviously had been laying there a long time. It is in the condition right now that it was when my dad found it. I kept it that way.
I see.
Kept it. In fact, I had it in a plastic bag so that moisture couldn't get to it.
It wouldn't age anymore.
It wouldn't age anymore. Kept it out of the light. Kept it in and closed up in a drawer so that it wouldn't age anymore. And that is exactly what it looked like when he found it.
Now you have two other shell cases here that are blanks.
Yes.
Kind of show me what.
The reason I wanted to show you these is that several people that I've shown this to said that they thought that was crimped for a blank. But this is what a 5.56 M16 military blank looks like, and you can see the crimping is totally different on the front. It's not anything similar. And then also this is what is done for Hollywood, and that is for an AK-47. It's a 7662 by 39. And that's a blank also, and you can see again, it's the nose of it is crimped completely over.
Right. Now that's more familiar with what I'm used to seeing as a crimp, for a blank or a rat shot or something like that.
Exactly. And I believe that's the way it's been done for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you told me about this, first thing I thought of was the story that I heard of a sabot that was possibly used in the assassination, which means that say a 30-06 shell casing shoots a smaller diameter bullet.
Yes.
And the bullet is wrapped with some type of material,
yes,
plastic or whatever's available at the time, and therefore makes the bullet travel at a high velocity of speed, possibly 4,000 feet a second, depending on what you're shooting.
Correct.
And when it hits on impact, the bullet with that much speed basically just explodes. To a point. I mean, I guess it depends on how much.
Well, it would depend on the bullet.
On the bullet.
Now, my own personal theory of how I believe it could have been done.
This is a 6.5 caliber.
Correct. That looks very similar to what was used, supposedly by the Warren Commission said that was used in the assassination.
Correct. My theory is that rifle that Lee Harvey Oswald supposedly owned could have been somehow garnered by the people that really did this without Oswald's knowledge. Several rounds fired through it to leave the impression of the Carcano rifling.
Right, the pristine bullet, the whole.
Right, and then saboted into a 30-06. Now, when it shot through the 30-06, the bullet would never come in contact with the bore.
Right, so it wouldn't change the rifling.
Right, it would fly down that bore, and that sabot would pop off as soon as it left the bore, And what you'd have basically is a bullet flying through the air that would look exactly like it was fired from that Carcano.
That's incredible. And that would really work.
That would work.
It would work.
In fact, I'm going to experiment to prove it.
Oh, that's super. It is super. What you also have a drawing of if a silencer was used on a weapon, what effect it would have on the people around you.
Yes, correct.
Now, here's the firing around, and he's firing this direction down here.
Correct.
All right, the people that are up here behind him would know where that round came from. They would be able to hear the sonic crack of the bullet, and they would be able to tell which direction it came from. But the people that are on either side of him would be confused. They'd say, I think it came from over there. No, I think it came from over here. The people out in front of him out here would be totally deceived. They would think it came from behind them or some other direction totally different.
They wouldn't have any idea.
They'd have no idea where it came from. They'd be guessing, but they'd have no idea.
If you take account of there possibly was a gunman behind the fence, then there's the railroad yards behind him, so there's nobody to say the shots are
that's correct.
from there.
If all three, let's assume that there were 3 assassins, there may be one here, and one back over there. If they were all 3 using silencers, there would be no one behind them really to be able to pinpoint where the shot came from.
Well, it's true, even in the school book depository, even there.
Well, even there, yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think you're going to give me a demonstration on how a silencer is used and what it does. Why don't you go ahead and tell me about the silencer again, what it really does.
All right, what a silencer does is it absorbs heat and gas from the expansion of the powder being fired. When the powder reaches the end of the bore of the gun, it expands rapidly, just instantly expands, and that's where your bang is actually made. That's where the sound waves are created. And it's from the expansion of the hot gas hitting cold air. Now what the silencer does is it absorbs the heat from that gas. That is its main function. A lot of people don't understand that. They think it's just the gas that is trying to slow down, which it does that also. But it's more absorbing that heat than it is absorbing the gas. The gas is going to go out anyway. Now, the more you can absorb the heat and the more you can slow the gas down, the quieter the silencer is going to be. And the silencers have been made since guns have been made, I guess. I've got patent drawings of silencers from back the turn of this century and before. So it's not new technology at all.
Like the Sabot, I read up on it in actually like 1895 when they first used it.
They were first used in artillery, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I think you're right. They are.
Yeah. So this is not new technology. It's been known for a long time. It's just that maybe it's time that it be applied to things that we don't understand.
I'll tell you what, to my thinking, there's no reason whatever for that shell casing to be on that building for any other reason except for the time of the assassination.
I can't imagine what it would be up there for.
Diversion firing, or what it was actually used as a bullet that hit one Kennedy or Connolly or whoever. There's no reason for it being up there. So it's incredible that your dad found it there.
Yeah, it scared him when he found it. He brought it directly to me, knowing that I was involved in firearms and all. And I kind of kept it quiet for years myself. I don't want somebody coming up and tapping on my shoulder either.
You're smarter than most.
Yeah, I would just as soon not be known.
But your dad's not living anymore, correct?
I'm not sure about that. He and I lost contact with each other, and I have no idea where he's at. No idea.
Well, tell me, why don't we go out in the yard and you shoot for me? And kind of tell the difference between a supersonic or...
Yes, I'm going to show you the difference between a supersonic and a subsonic bullet.
Okay.
That's basically all I can really do here. Now, I really don't think that your camera would pick up the sound of a live round going off anyway. I believe it has an override circuit in it that would prevent it from...
Right.
So you really wouldn't get but I think you will be able to tell the difference between an ultrasonic and a subsonic round.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you will be. Subsonic round. And see what the noise and the videotape comes out like.
Well, I'll tell you what, it really does. I'm used to a lot of guns. That's not bad at all.
All right. I think you'll see a difference on this. What this is it's a Portuguese manufactured submachine gun ammo.
And that's definitely loud.